Hello Year 5. This week we're going to be having a look at the story of Madeline again, but we are going to be concentrating on trying to create our own alternative version, so a different version of the story. We'll start first of all by recapping what happened in the original story, and then we'll have a look at how we might be able to change ours. Ready for this week, we're going to be looking at creating a story path showing the opening, the build-up, the problem, resolution and ending of our new stories as well. Right, so Madeline by Ludwig Bemelmans. In an old house in Paris that was covered in vines lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. In 2 straight lines they broke their bread and brushed their teeth and went to bed. They smiled at the good and frowned at the bad, and sometimes they were very sad. They left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines, in rain or shine. The smallest one was Madeline. She was not afraid of mice. She loved winter, snow and ice. To the tiger at the zoo, Madeline just said pooh pooh, and nobody knew so well how to frighten Miss Clavel. So we're going to have a little look at now trying to create our own story path on Purple Mash. So what you'll start with is you'll have your blank screen like this, and we're going to start with our opening. So our opening is going to be the same, where we're going to introduce Madeline, and we're going to introduce the other 11 girls that make up the 12 girls. So what you can do on here is you can click and choose a background, and if I have a little look on one of these backgrounds, I'm going to have a little look and see. There's a very nice Eiffel Tower one, so I'm going to pick this one to have as my background. I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to use the paint tools to be able to do a drawing. I'm going to make sure it's maybe got a thinner nib so it's not too difficult for me to draw, and I'm going to draw the girls that I've got here. I'm going to be doing this quickly now just so I can show you. So I'll start with my opening, which is where we're introducing Madeline. So then I'm going to write a simple sentence in here. So I might say, in France, there lived 12 little girls. The smallest who was named Madeline. That's my opening, so I'm introducing the characters. Then we're going to start to look at the build-up. So it's where we're starting to maybe think about what might happen. So I've clicked this arrow here to move me on to the next screen. So thinking about what could happen in our own story. We know that Madeline is mischievous, so it could be that perhaps when she's out on one of the walks with the girls, she might find a mouse, and she might decide to maybe bring the mouse back to the house and maybe put it in one of the other girls' beds, or maybe even put it in Miss Clavel's bed and see what would happen then. It might be that maybe when she's out and about, she might see a cat stuck up a tree, and maybe she decides to go up the tree herself to rescue it. It might be that maybe she finds a snail or a slug on the floor, and she decides that she's going to take it home and maybe try and put it in Miss Clavel's lunch. So it's really up to you what you want to have happen in your story, but think about the fact that Madeline is that mischievous character. So what I'm going to do on mine is I'm going to have a think about Madeline maybe going to rescue an animal up a tree. So let's have a little see about what I could do. So I'm going to maybe use this as my background, and then again I'm going to go to do my drawing, and I'm going to have maybe that there is a cat up a tree. And again, remembering I'm doing this really quickly now just to be able to show you. And then I might have that Madeline is pointing at the cat that she can see up the tree, and then I'll click OK. And then again I'm going to write my simple sentence that just explains what's happening in the picture. So on one of her daily walks, Madeline spotted a stranded kitten up a tree. And again, then I will click onto the next page with that as well. So now we're on to the problem. So my problem is going to be that Madeline tries to go up the tree, but actually she gets stuck up the tree with the cat. So again, I'm going to go find my background, and then I'm going to do my drawing, and my drawing might be that then I've got the cat stuck up the tree, and then I'll have Madeline stuck up the tree as well. There we go. So unfortunately, Madeline got herself stuck up the tree when she tried to rescue the cat. I said kitten, didn't I, before? So then moving on to the resolution. So how is it going to get solved? So the way it's going to get solved is when kittens and people get stuck up trees, we have to call the fire brigade. So we're going to get a fire engine is going to come along. So I will draw that here. Here's my fire engine coming along. Again, remembering my super drawings are only because I'm doing it super quick so I can show you. So here's a fire engine, and we'll have Madeline is being rescued. And then I'm sure Miss Clavel and all the other girls who are watching will be very happy that she is safe. So click OK. So luckily, the fire brigade came to rescue Madeline and the kitten. And then we're moving on to our ending. So our ending is going to be, I think it would be nice that Miss Clavel is going to be so happy that Madeline is safe. She is going to say that they can keep the kitten as a pet at the house. So I'm going to draw Madeline and the kitten. There we go. So Miss Clavel was so relieved. She told Madeline she could keep the kitten as a pet. And there we go. And that's my finished. So it can be whatever you decide you want to happen in the story, as long as it shows about how Madeline is that little mischievous character who likes to get into trouble.